Hello there. This is an astrological forecast for Cancer for March 2014 and also applies if you're Cancer rising or you've got a Cancer moon. There's a lot happening in the heavens this month, Cancers, and the first most important thing to tell you about is that Mars, planet of energy, passion, power, drive, is going to go retrograde until the 20th of May. Now this only happens once every 2.5 years or so. It doesn't happen very often, but when it happens, and it's happening here for you in your 4th house of home and family, when it happens, it's an important time to reevaluate your passion. Are you doing what makes you feel passionate? Or are you bored? Or are you feeling as though you're doing same old, same old? Are you putting your energy into things that have meaning for you? Or are you just spinning your wheels and feeling as though you're going in circles? With this Mars retrograde in your 4th house, Cancerians, this is going to shake up your security area. Many of you are thinking maybe about moving or relocating. This will be a good time, excuse me, to reflect on whether this in fact is a good time to move, to relocate, to maybe change your work situation. It's also a good time to consider your family relationships. Are there pent-up emotions, things that need to be said that haven't been said? When Mars goes retrograde, you'll be able to reevaluate those relationships with the people that are close to you, that are family, or people who feel like family. There could be some tensions during a Mars retrograde. You might need to get some outside help or speak to somebody who isn't involved in the situation in order to get a clearer perspective of what's going on. It's most important during the retrograde to really study your emotions, to study where are you not expressing yourself. Cancerians, you do have a tendency, you're a water sign, you're very emotional, you don't like to express feelings and emotions necessarily. Yeah, you rather say, okay, you know, we'll let that go. During Mars retrograde, you're not going to be able to let it go so much. You're going to feel as though, you're going to become much more aware of the intensity of your feelings and your emotions. But it would not be the best time to take action. It will be best time to take action once Mars goes direct from the 20th of May onwards. Now also on the 1st of March, we've got, you'll be glad to hear, Mercury goes direct. Mercury going direct in your 8th house, so certainly if you've got anything to sign with respect to finances and money, contracts, negotiations, banks, insurance, great time now that Mercury is moving freely. The other thing that we've got going on the 1st of March as well is we've got a new moon in Pisces, joining the Sun and Neptune up in your 9th house. New moon, new beginnings. For those of you looking to study something, maybe to go on a retreat, maybe to go on a serious course of study, further education, start thinking about it during the new moon, or even start making plans for it during this new moon. It's a wonderful time as well for anything connected with your spirituality, anything connected with your beliefs, what you believe. You might decide it's time to change my beliefs, what I believe. If I start believing that people are really friendly and helpful, maybe that will really transform my life. I can tell you it's certainly done that for me. I would say to you as well, with this new moon in this 9th house and such a lot of activity in the 9th house, with Mars retrograde, you need to be quite careful for any of you starting a lawsuit. If you're going to start any kind of legal proceedings or start something against someone, chances are you'll lose during a Mars retrograde. It's usually the person that is the initiator does not come out well. So do keep that in mind, maybe try to delay action until after May the 20th. On the 6th of March, we've got Venus. Venus initially here for the first few days of the month in your 7th house, bringing you some nice possibilities with respect to a relationship, even a romance or a feeling of, just a feeling of friendship with someone, a connection. And then Venus moving into your 8th house here, bringing you possibly for the rest of the month some good fortune financially. Somebody may be sponsoring you, investing in you, you finding funding for something that you want to promote. It's also a good time for maybe some kind of inheritance, and also a good time if you have to be dealing with the IRS or anything with tax people or insurance. You may come out quite well with it if you're doing something during this time with that Venus energy. As well, on the 6th of March, Cancerians, Jupiter in Cancer in your sign going direct. So many of you may have been feeling a little stuck, feeling as though nothing much is happening, or you've had a lot of plans and people are not responding. Jupiter going direct in your 1st house, it's like, opportunities opening up. You can breathe again. Things start to feel as though they're moving. It would be a good time as well, Cancerians, to take a risk or two, calculated one, but to really get out of that comfort zone that you do tend to get into, Cancerians. You know you do. You like that feeling of comfort and security, but the Jupiter going forward really could bring you some very wonderful opportunities. On the 16th of March, we've got a full moon opposite that new moon. We've got a full moon in Virgo here in your 3rd house. This is shining a light on your networks. Might be a good time to look at doing more networking. It's also shining a light on anything connected with short distance travel. I have to say that with Mars retrograde, be extra careful with traveling. Don't be rushing around too much. Take your time, because other people's energy may be just a little bit more pent up during this time. But with that full moon there, it's also a great time for studying and for learning something new. On the 18th of March, we've got Mercury moving into your 9th house, so a lot happening in this 9th house. Wonderful time for studying astrology, anything metaphysical. And a wonderful time for studying, learning, teaching, publishing, writing and sharing of information. On the 21st of March, we've got the Sun coming into your 10th house, joining Uranus here. Many of you are experiencing a change in career, maybe a change in direction of your career, or doing something differently, or a new opportunity in your career, but it's certainly shining a light on anything connected with your career and your life direction. So there may be some changes here, but possibly some very positive ones, because the Sun, as I said, shines all that light and does make you feel good. So there should be a feel-good factor connected with your work, and maybe some kind of improvement in your reputation, where people really see the value of what you do. And then on the 30th of March, we've got a new moon in Aries. New beginnings in your career, new opportunities in your career. Maybe you need to approach somebody and come out with your new ideas. You've got some wonderful ideas in your career area. I know many of you are having a lot of shake-ups, but from these shake-ups come new directions and new opportunities, and that's really what I'm seeing for you, a great deal of that this month, Cancerians. Keep in mind, you're a cardinal sign. You are going to be affected by this grand cross in the heavens, which is very prevalent now, especially with this Mars retrograde. Next month, even stronger. And for you, it's about looking at yourself and your relationships, the balance between your needs, what you're giving out, what you want in your relationships. Also some very deep karmic relationships coming into your life that will be very life-changing for you. And also your career and your home. Yes, your security, your safety, and pushing your career out into new directions and new levels. So much happening. I think these can be exciting times if we are able to go with those changes. I wish you a great month, and thank you for listening.